Give it a shot. This is gonna be your homework from this episode.
No.
Okay.
Not interested.
Okay. So I knew that dance. You are my own. Is there an alien contact or presence that's being kept secret from us? Probably not. If there were, that would be how it goes, though. Dude, you're a visionary.
This is the Matrix.
So reflecting on our advanced age, now that we're both at the quarter-life crisis point.
Right. I'm an old fogey now, as are you. Welcome to the club. I'm also
Fogey
relatively
yourself, bro.
I'm a relatively new inductee.
So what are the things that you think you're going to be showing your age in most? Where do you think now, especially because you've kind of entered this period of life in a year
Right.
of shut-in-hood, as have we all. It's kind of weird. Everyone's sort of hibernated from society and each other for a good portion of it.
Yeah.
I feel like this could be such a chance for people to metamorphosize, but that's getting off the point.
Mhm.
Where do you think you might notice your age when the world starts turning?
I guess there's like a lot of stuff online. Like I wonder when and if and how hard I'm gonna like fall off that kind of stuff. Like with memes and stuff. Will I always think that like newer, edgier, weirder, more abstract memes and stuff are funny, or will eventually I just be like, I don't get it. This isn't for me anymore. Will it move past me?
I think that's hard to say because it never existed before.
Right.
I think
Well,
that
you know what's crazy for memes too is like there are like boomer ass meme scenes. You know what I mean? Like there are memes
my mom
for
sends
them.
me memes almost daily.
Yeah, right.
Memes in quotes.
Yes,
maybe
of
2 or
course.
3 sets.
Yeah. But other than that, I think another one is TikTok, dude. Like
I mean, that I'm not interested in.
So that's the thing is, well, no, I totally get TikTok because, dude, Instagram Reels suck me in. Like
I don't even do stories on Instagram or Snapchat.
Okay. Yeah, see,
even when I had them downloaded, the stories, the live updating all the time was more exposure than attracted me.
So I agree. Stories aren't like the best, but Instagram Reels and TikTok and stuff like that.
How do Reels different?
I mean, it's dude, did you like Vine?
I never downloaded it. They're funny. I've seen them after, but I didn't get hooked
But you
in.
can see the appeal of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's a similar thing with TikTok. Just there's a little bit more freedom. They're not all 7 seconds.
I think
so there's a little bit more like range of creativity that you can do with it.
I think that's actually where they lose me. Like I enjoy
the limitation.
The TikToks that I enjoy are the ones that people send me and I get a clip.
Right.
I don't want the infinite scroll. I think that the way that I orient even my free time, like the ones that pull me in will be Instagram, but only into the avenues of like, particularly it's bodybuilders.
Right,
but
things that you're interested in.
I'm reading through all of the posts about like what was their workouts, like what nutrition stuff are they doing.
Right.
Like there's content to it. Even YouTube, yeah, there's a bunch of 2-minute, 3-minute entertainment channels, but most of the ones I follow are the entertainment education blends.
Right.
The CGP Greys and the Casually Explains.
Yeah.
Less so casually explained, but still.
Right.
I like the ones where there's more than nothing I get out of it. Like in my hobbies, if I'm practicing a language of the ukulele, it's not an empty hobby, so to speak. I think that in even the things I do for fun and for free time, I want it to contribute to something longer. So while I appreciate memes a lot or a one-off TikTok, it's not something that I would choose to spend 25 minutes because that doesn't feel like a productive 25. Spending 45 seconds laughing at a couple that someone shows me is good. I like to laugh. That's fun. But I feel very quickly it drops off for me if it's hollow entertainment. I don't think that hollow stuff holds me for long.
See, that's so funny because I think I'm maybe the opposite, where once a hobby or something I do to relax becomes kind of, I don't know, a positive force, not a positive force in my life. That's a bad way to put it. But I mean, like, once it becomes something that is productive, I start seeing it as a chore. You know what I mean? And so, like, a lot of times, like, I am just watching something that's, like, funny for funny's sake, or a movie that's just going to make me feel weird, or, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Movie that makes you feel weird is something you've brought up before. Like, I just want to feel a type of way.
Yeah, exactly.
A Marriage Story, I hear, is that type of movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I sure did. I think I talked about.
We
Yeah,
might have on the podcast.
I talked about it on the podcast the first time John was on.
Wow, good callback.
Thanks, man. See, my brain's good for stuff like that. I don't know why. Like remembering lore.
You're a fanboy through and through.
I mean, last episode we just talked about like I don't know, just connections between YouTubers and stuff like.
You have that networky type of brain.
Yeah, exactly. But like a lot of the times, I don't know, other things just escape me. I don't know. Like poor sense of direction is definitely one of them.
I'm thankful
Very
for that
forgetful, incredibly forgetful. I lose things. That's something I've been cursed with for a long time. Pretty much my whole life is my proclivity of losing things, and it's gotten better as I've gotten older, for sure. Like when I was a kid, things would just disappear. It was a regular occurrence. It's like, well, that's just not a part of my life anymore, and that really sucks.
Did it usually turn up eventually? Or was it most likely gone forever? Like you
Sometimes
lost
it would turn up
outside the
eventually.
house?
Sometimes, but like stuff like earbuds, sunglasses,
Mm.
like yeah, that shit was gone forever. Aaron Hernandez or whatever.
I definitely lost some stuff, but not a ton. I
Yeah,
feel like the easiest fix is routines, like
right,
patterns.
right.
Like I always, when I get to Molly's and I take my shoes off, or your house and I take my shoes off,
Mhm.
I drop my keys, my wallet if I have it on me, and if I'm not going anywhere for a while, my watch into my shoes. Like every
Brilliant.
time,
Brilliant.
always.
Simply brilliant.
That's always where my keys are if I'm not at home. And if I'm at home, my keys are either in my pocket, in the front pocket of my bag because I'm going somewhere,
Right,
or on top of the mini fridge. Only.
dude.
And like having that as the routine means that there's only 3 places to check and I'm so much less likely to misplace them in the first place.
Yeah,
I think that works well. Be like, all right, this is where I always leave my thing. This is where I always put it down. Build a habit out of it after a week or two.
right.
It won't be something you lose because it'll just be something you subconsciously take care of.
Yeah, dude. So for me, I'd like to try to keep my life just less complex instead of like. But
Yeah.
an
I built
example,
systems.
yeah, exactly. An example is like there are pros and cons to having a wallet phone case, but I will never go back to not having a wallet phone case.
Just 2 things to remember versus one.
Yeah,
And one is your phone.
I never lose it.
Except when you also sometimes do, like yesterday when you came inside and 40 minutes later couldn't
Oh
find your
yeah, I
phone.
left it in the car. Like I knew where it was. That's the thing is
True.
like my wallet I used to lose and it was like, all right, I got to search this whole fucking house now. Like where the hell is this thing, dude? Cuz you have to have it on you at all times, but you use it so rarely in comparison to the other things you have to have on you at all times, your phone and your keys. And so yeah, just like it can be out of your pocket and you won't need it for a long time. It's like, yeah, at that point,
You've been to 5 places,
it
it's
could
been a
have,
day.
or it just fell out of your pocket at some point. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like
in class, sweatpants.
oh god, dude, having to go back to like classrooms across campus
I've
because
done
you
that
think you
2 or
might
3
have lost
times.
something there.
It turned out okay for me some of those times. I like
Yeah.
found it in a classroom.
Right, definitely.
Terrifying.
Yep.
Phone and wallet were terrible because there were a couple of pairs of sweatpants I had that I never learned. I have that one pair of black joggers that are
Right.
not sweatpants, and those, as well as a pair of rugby warm-up pants,
Yep.
have just the diagonal cut
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah.
And that in a
Dangerous.
sweatpant, if it's not a deep pocket, you
Yep.
kind of tuck under the thigh,
Yep.
right out.
Yeah.
Slips right out.
Especially if it's
Quietly,
a
if you got
loose
padded
sweatpant.
lecture halls. I've lost phones and wallets in lecture halls a couple times.
Oh,
and
yeah.
found them almost all of them, but good God.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, that's incredibly also, it's a lesson I never learned. Like I just surprised myself and almost fucked up bad maybe 3 months ago. In one of the like 5 times I've been to a restaurant this year,
Yeah.
I think I left my wallet in the booth because I wore the joggers out.
Damn.
Like still at that point 24.
The joggers are so nice to wear. How
I
could you
love those
not?
pants. I just like if I get too comfortable and I'm sitting and I don't feel that bulge, I'll just leave.
Right.
Oops.
Yeah.
That's the hazard of comfy clothing.
But anyway.
So I don't think that TikTok draws me
Right.
in the
okay.
first place.
Okay.
But
That would be a perfect spot for an ad break had we had one. Like if we needed to
True.
like if we just had ads that we were inserting in right between that transition, right back into the full charge.
Now,
perfect ad break spot.
dude, now that our entire friend group and half the people who've been on the podcast actually have bought each other fleshlights, maybe we should reach out to them to be sponsors.
Yeah, I wouldn't
We
mind.
could do a bunch of testimonials from
Yeah.
our previous guests.
Yeah, genuine ones.
But I think that as you age, it is absolutely a choice in terms of technology and communicability, how out of touch you get. Like when you think of people now who are 60 or 70 and just like it is effectively a different language online. If they were to get on Reddit, it would not, like, it doesn't compute. My mom
Right.
is even pretty bad at that
Right,
in her
right, right.
50s. And early 50s, right, Mom?
Hell yeah.
And
Young lady.
I think that if you maintain a level of literacy, especially with technology, that there's no reason to prevent you. Like there are 85-year-olds that seamlessly can handle their iMacs and their
Right,
iPads
right,
and
right.
so like I don't think that that will get out of touch. I think that if you keep using whatever the apps and social things evolve into, the ones you like,
Yeah.
you'll be able to do that.
And you may know it better than other than
For sure.
people.
Like personally, I intend to I like gadgets and tech.
Dude.
I don't need to be right on the cutting edge just for the price point, but I don't mind being a year or two behind with
Yeah.
like phone or smartwatch or whatever. I enjoy that. That's something that like brings me joy. I intend to keep up with that. Like I'm not going to be like, yep, this level of TV is the most complicated I'm ever going to understand, and I'm not going to upgrade from here.
Right, right, right.
Like, yeah, I'm going to keep expanding my computer, fucking around with new software.
Yeah.
In terms of meme literacy, again, same thing. Like, I got funny friends. I'm sure as long as we are communicating, memes will be around at some point, and like maybe we don't have the same TikTok memes that 17-year-olds of 2053 have.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll still be sending memes and it will still be fucking hysterical.
Such is the nature of the internet, to just splinter into different communities and constantly evolve for any person who's willing to engage with it.
Like maybe we won't understand the memes of other age groups, but I doubt our generation will ever be memeless.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I guess there can be multiple cutting edges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to the question that we missed a tiny bit. When we get back to the real world, how are you going to feel old? Like, obviously, if we make it back to Ted's at UConn, that's one example of where I think I'll feel my age.
Yeah.
If I'm 25 at a college bar where I was a bouncer, like, I will feel old.
Yeah. Well, dude, one thing I miss greatly from the before times is dancing. And I feel like there's so few opportunities to dance now. And I feel like I'm going to be, one, kind of rusty and maybe a little awkward, but two, I'm hoping that we don't just come back and everyone's doing these TikTok dances that I never took the time to learn.
Oh, I don't know any of them.
That's what
is
I'm
floss
saying.
a TikTok? Is flossing TikTok?
No, flossing was definitely pre-TikTok.
Well, then I don't know any.
Yeah.
That's the only option.
People have definitely done it on TikTok, but yeah, no, that's pre-TikTok.
I can ride a longboard. Is that a TikTok dance?
Only if you can do it while drinking cranberry juice.
Oh, dude, I've never tried, but it's time to PR.
Yeah, really. Time to
I've only done it with grapefruit juice, and I need to push myself.
Yeah. The thing is, though, it's like, dude, TikTok dances and Fortnite dances are a very similar phenomena.
Is there overlap? Because I feel like there is, and I don't know which direction, but probably both.
Well, Fortnite was a thing before TikTok was really a thing, and people doing like Fortnite dances, I think. But
that probably started YouTube.
TikTok dances, I think, are probably bigger. But dude, I remember like I went to a wedding, like a family wedding, and like, you know, it's afterwards and people have been drinking a little bit and I'm dancing and my family's dancing.
And you're the best dancer there.
And my little cousin, who was like 14 at the time, I want to say.
This is the one you were buying condoms and cigarettes for?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't want him doing it himself. You know, it's illegal. You know, who am I not to help?
Better
him
under
out?
your watchful eye.
Yeah, exactly.
And video camera.
But yeah, he was just there doing Fortnite dances. Like that was like the dances he knew and that he felt confident enough to do. It's like I kind of
interesting because they're so peacocky. I would think
they're so memed on, they're so dunked on the internet, and like for being cringe and stuff. And I'm like, if it gets kids dancing, like, dude, I wasn't dancing at that age in public. I was mortified. At my 8th grade, actually, at my 8th grade dance, I danced because that was a wild time. But every other, like,
the only ones I knew were the ones that had a routine.
Oh, like, yeah,
electric
slide.
Yeah, cha-cha slide.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy, exactly.
Yeah. Ones that could be practiced.
Is it Escape? The one that's like, now I'm fighting for this girl on the battlefield of love. I mean, shoot like
Baby Cupid sending arrows from above.
That I knew a dance from that. I learned. Someone taught me that in 8th grade.
What was that song called? Down.
It might just be Down.
Yeah, it's Down.
Big Sean?
No, it's not Big Sean.
Damn. I thought I almost had it. Yeah, that's not my area of knowledge.
Oh,
that is funny. That's definitely an area where I lack. I mean, celebrities and entertainment in general,
Yeah.
but specifically music, I would say that I'm pretty bad at placing it. Unless bands have a unique sound or I've listened to a lot of their music or they are clearly famous,
Right.
I don't have like any real, especially the oceans of artists of whom you hear one or two or three songs.
Right.
And a lot of people can still name the artist to that song. Like, not a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a very poor music knowledge, especially compared to you and your
I'm
compendium.
good at recognizing bands, but even like bands I like, because the way I listen to music in
You'll
high
tell
school.
me all the names of the people in these bands that have 70,000 listens. Like, so much.
There's some. I don't know that many like band members' names. I don't think.
All right, it blows away like me
But
and
yeah.
pretty much anyone else who's seen you do your Rain Man shit with this.
That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just have some friends
We
who
have
are
complimentary trivia knowledge for sure.
like, yeah. Dude, I've been to trivia nights where I was a god, and I've been to trivia nights where I felt like the dumbest guy in the fucking room.
100%.
It's so crazy how ranged it can be.
There was one I went to when I was staying at a hostel in Edinburgh. It was like the last stop on like a 3-pub crawl that the
Yeah.
hostel was doing. And it was Game of Thrones and Harry Potter.
Wow.
And I had like just finished reading all the way up to where it was, which the seasons hadn't yet caught up. So like I had seen all of it and also read everything
okay.
up to this point.
Yeah, you'd done your research on this one.
And there are always Harry Potter diehards wherever you go.
Oh, yeah.
So in our team of like 6 people, there were 1 or 2 girls that knew everything about Harry Potter. And me and one other dude got every Game of Thrones question right.
That's so sick.
In our
dude.
entire run of like 80 questions, we missed a single one on the Harry Potter side.
Wow.
What does Albus Dumbledore have it's either a tattoo of or like a birthmark that resembles?
Don't tell me. A phoenix.
No, it's like a
Damn
map
it.
of the London Underground.
He has a birthmark. That's the map.
It's
of the
something
London
like that. That's what
Underground?
he makes one passing comment in one book, and
The
a different
dude-
team got every question.
Wow.
We got 79 of 80, and they got 80 of 80.
That is
So we got like a
deep-
gift card, which was a round or 2 or whatever,
Do
which
you-
is nice. But
Do you
oh my
happen
god,
to remember what the most obscure one you got right was, or one you were proud of getting right?
oh, there were definitely 3 or 4 where I was patting myself on the back pretty hard.
Do you remember what any of them were?
Oh, no, I honestly, I'd be making it up if I drew one, but I could think of something along the lines, probably.
Okay.
It would have been just like minor things from earlier details, like what was the name of the stable boy at Winterfell from like the first, and I'm not Hodor, but like the other actual stable boy.
Right.
And it was just and I don't know it now.
Yeah.
But like just something tiny like that, or like the name of a pet that a minor character had that is like
Okay.
mentioned once.
Wow.
And I just was like, oh,
You had just read it.
that's my spectrum.
Yeah. Oh,
Exactly. Yeah, that was. But otherwise, like the only other trivia I think I've really done is at Ted's when they did that at UConn. And
Right.
a lot of the time there, I would say I felt pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like more often than I expected to at Ted's. There were some
Right.
people that were really good at trivia, and
I'm sure there was a lot of
of
kids
20,
cheating.
for sure there were, but of 20, I would be confident on like maybe 8 to 12 of them.
Yeah, maybe on a good night, honestly. That's why you have a team.
There were nights where I would have 3 confident answers, maybe.
Yeah,
Like
right.
out of 20, I don't know. It was crazy.
Oh, I'm curious.
Dude, your friend from Circuits, Andrew, right?
Yeah, Andrew Finelli.
Incredible.
Dude.
This is a shout out. I don't mind doing names if it's a positive
No,
thing
I
only.
fucking love that guy, dude.
He's a nice, great guy.
Dude, he was like one of the reasons I passed college, man. Like when it was like getting
Passed
real
college.
crunch time, and like in like literally any one of my electrical engineering classes, when it was like really getting to crunch time, there's an exam in like a day or two, or like there's some big thing due, whatever. Like I would just hang with him and he would tutor me. I would just drive to his apartment, we meet up in the library, and I would have like every homework assignment or like every like practice test question, and we would go through every single one.
What a hero.
And like, yeah, and he just knew his shit. He was a PhD student, like
smart kid.
yeah,
Oh,
like
man.
and just the friendliest guy, man.
And really gifted at trivia.
Yeah.
He would often play by himself or with just sometimes me or another bartender
Right.
chiming in from our post.
Yeah.
And he would get like the top 2, 3 against teams of 7 or 8 people.
hmm
Like I literally watched him by himself get like 17 questions right.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
what the hell,
absolutely.
dude?
Yeah, no, his recall is insane.
Just one of those brilliant guys. Oh, I miss some of what were, to my UConn experience,
Hmm.
and this sounds maybe too cold, but like periphery characters, people that I had contact with regularly but not deeply, but where
Yeah.
I was still like definitely fond of.
Right, right, right.
Like Box at Ted's.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Like kind of my manager, but like I miss him. I miss digging
Yeah,
around with
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Finelli,
Right.
especially working with him. He
Dude,
was a
Finelli and I
treat.
would always talk about Dragon Ball Super because it was still coming out week to week, and we'd both watch it day one.
Good correction on the weed all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, there's a bunch of people like that, and of course to varying degrees, but like, oh, I got to just start sending out Facebook Messenger pings or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
friend groups
catching
change.
up.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, friend groups are kind of malleable, and people come and go in your life, and like I only have so much bandwidth
That's
to
true.
and
And
reaching out every once in a while is nice, but like,
that's more what I do. Like, there is certainly a cap to the
and there's
amount of maintenance that you can do of active friendships,
yeah,
but I do definitely try to, as I remember, reach out to people that I want to maintain just some level of positive. Like, if you ever played Civ, City State, your
mhm.
friendship level with them declines over time unless you give them gifts of gold or units.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you got to keep those friendships up, keep
Right,
those
right.
skill trees topped. And there's people that I do that with from like years before, like maybe now a decade before, from 14, 15, 13,
Yeah.
like people that I knew in Virginia that I'll still catch up with from time to time.
See,
The occasional, like there's, as recently as I would say maybe 2 years ago, there were people from like my elementary school that I reached out once or twice,
Mm.
and certainly not active, like years at a time unspoken. But when it strikes me and I'm like, man, fond memories. How you doing? What's up?
Yeah.
And it's been fun. It's cool. I feel like it doesn't hurt. It could only add potential.
Right. See, for me from that young, I grew up in the same town my whole life. So like
Yeah, you
by
have
the
your
end of
core.
high school,
You
like
got your
that was
core.
kind of sorted out.
You have high school friends like that. I
Yeah.
don't. Even my high school friends are like maybe every year and a half, 2 years, I see them
Okay.
in some way.
Right, right, right.
Like I don't have that solid core group because I moved around. So it is maybe also like a habit born of that. When I moved from California in second grade to Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
I kept in touch as a pen pal for like 7 or 8 years with my best friend from second grade.
Damn.
And then, yeah, in moving states and only having letters to write, I guess addresses got lost.
Yeah.
Bummer. It'd be cool to track him down. But it was, I guess, like a habit that I made to stay in touch with people or at least somewhat stay linked up. Like
Mhm.
Ty, excellent example. My best friend through middle school. And then we moved to Connecticut. And for all of high school, like I'm not going to drive down to Virginia by myself. So I don't see him for 4 or 5 years. And then in college again, we get the chance to reconnect. It had been 7 years since I had last seen him.
Wow.
When I saw him for that comedy show, we met in the middle in
Yeah.
Maryland
Yeah.
to catch two smallish time, like lesser known comedians that I loved.
Yeah.
And then he came to spring break with us.
Oh, that was so dope. Yeah, seeing him there.
And then he came to the fucking lake house with us. Like
yeah.
now he's back in my friend group more and it's great.
That is cool.
Yeah, so there's some aspects that I love about keeping in touch with people from the past. And I feel like if I do those even like super occasional follow-ups, it keeps those bridges a little better supported in case we should trot them again one day.
Right. See, for me, I have like definitely the people who I see and like talk to one-on-one like relatively often to differing degrees. But then there's like a bunch of people who I don't see very often and who I very rarely talk to one-on-one, but in like group chats and stuff. So I have those like, a little bit more peripheral connections, who are still guys who I would like love to see. And like if something's like going down, like I'd love to like go and hang out and catch up with them and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, I don't know. And then outside of that, I rarely ever just hit someone up out of the blue who I like haven't talked to in a long time.
Give it a shot. This is going to be your homework from this episode.
No.
Okay.
Not interested.
Okay.
Like because I feel like this relationship that I would be forging with this person would most likely be largely text based until we actually meet up. Unless I'm just like calling them over the phone or something, like we have conversations.
Yeah, I don't
but
do
at
much
that
of
point
that.
it's like, am I really going to commit this kind of time and like I don't know, emotional energy of like forging and catching up with like a random person.
Yeah, maybe. That's its own reward. I also definitely enjoy texting and just maintaining a conversation more than you do, I think.
Yeah,
Not
no,
face to face
maintaining a
per
conversation
se,
over
but
text. Maintaining a conversation over text is the worst. I hate that that's what texting is used for so
yeah,
often.
I don't mind it at all, and did it for obsessively basically since when I could with a cell phone.
I think I would be a better person if that was the case for me.
It also helps because of like the traveling that I've done,
Right.
that I'm staying in touch with friends in Germany, in Sweden, in Iceland, like the people that I met there and was like, oh my God, like let's swap instas, what's your WhatsApp, whatever.
So
Like I'll
okay,
still DM them and be like, how are you doing? This is dope. Where is this? Etc.
I will say I like group chats over text. I think group chats are good.
Those are great. Can
Like,
be great.
because I can just come and go as I please, and it's not relying on me to like make sure the conversation's going. But like, I feel like, especially like digitally, I come off the funniest in group chats where like
You crush it.
I can wait for my moment and I don't have to be super active all the time.
Mamba
Yeah,
strike.
exactly. Yeah. And I'm never obligated to text. I'm just like, it's just flowing through me.
Colby Bryant's.
Yeah, exactly. Colby Bryant's mode. Cobus.
Happy birthday, Freya.
Yeah, really.
This girl's 3 now.
Yeah, God
The
bless
mascot
her.
of the podcast.
Yeah, really. She's breathing heavy. I wonder if any of that's
She's
coming through on the
gargling
mic.
on that ball.
Yeah, she is. Brand new tennis ball. You
Oh,
really
what
spoiled her.
What a girl. Yeah, she got that. She got that sparkly pink unicorn with a squeaker in it, which
Oh,
she
yeah.
really loves.
She
It's
really is
it's
a fan of that,
great
dude.
accent for her. That's a good toy for Freya. And she also got some other treats. Little puppy pie, well, made out of puppies.
Wow. Odd choice.
Benabone, heard it advertised on a podcast.
What does it do?
Shout out Bert Kreischer. It's like steroids for dogs.
That's sick. Is she gonna be jacked?
And super fast.
Are you gonna enter her in competitions?
Yeah, we're going for an Air Bud thing, but it's gonna be like the Olympics. She's
Yeah.
gonna try the decathlon.
Wow, you're gonna put her against some Weimaraners in a race?
Yeah, exactly. A bunch of corgis versus Freya.
Yeah, it'll be like what's that book?
She's
Call
already
of
on
the Wild?
creatine. Oh, great book.
Call of the Wild, the
Jack
Saint
London?
Bernard that became a lead sled dog.
I might be thinking of a different one.
Which one are you thinking?
I might be thinking of White Fang, but also Call of the Wild could be I read a bunch of books that were
Dog related.
absolutely. That was the theme I gravitated towards.
That's my favorite genre is dog
No,
books.
I read a lot of books that were like almost wildernessy survivalist, like Hatchet. If you read that,
No.
I read like several books in that series. White Fang is just like that, like a lot of the frontiersy or Alaska or Canada, Yukon,
Right.
YUKON.
Manifest Destiny
like
shit.
like plane crash stranded, like how do you survive? Like a lot of
Oh.
those stories and books, a lot of fiction like that. I read
Right.
that was definitely something that I like enjoyed for several years of young adult readerhood.
Okay.
They're good books. They're entertaining.
Yeah.
I think I liked the whole ingenuity of you gotta think to survive.
Right.
Like literally, you've got a hatchet. Now what do? It's freezing here. You have no food, no shelter. Go.
Do they usually make it out alive?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
How you gonna get the book?
Yeah, true. Could just be sad.
And then they all die.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But I think there was White Fang was definitely one. Might have been from a dog's perspective, but it was another like hard life, like frozen wastelandy, maybe sled dogs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that there was a book called Call of the Wild that was similar in content. The Saint Bernard sounds like a heartwarming tale. Call of the Wild, the one.
I mean, there's tough parts of it, man.
Then maybe it's the same thing. I don't remember the breed of the dog, but
Okay.
Saint Bernard sounds like it's a
He
more
was
of a
also, like-
Beethoven movie type thing.
He kind of like came up spoiled too. He lived it with like a judge, and I forget how he ended up. Like
Then
it's
maybe it was.
it's the
Might be
very
that.
beginning. I forget how he ends up a sled dog. That's something like maybe he gets kidnapped or something. I don't know.
Oh boy, dog napped.
Yeah.
Did you ever read any of the Redwall books? Redwall Abbey? Were you a big reader in elementary, middle school?
I wouldn't say I was a big reader. Read a bunch of Captain Underpants. Read some Goosebumps.
Oh, Captain Underpants slaps.
Yeah.
As does Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Monster Blood's What's Up, and any of the werewolf ones.
I didn't get very much more. I was never like an advanced reader in my free time. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I read some books for school, but like, yeah, for fun, I stopped reading probably after like.
Tchaikovsky, Solzhenitsyn.
Yeah,
Is Tchaikovsky music?
Chekhov's gun.
Ah.
I
Just-
don't know.
What are some other
Tchaikovsky.
advanced You know what books
Advanced
suck?
what books?
Any of the like Jane Austen, Jane Eyre, any of those. If you've ever read them, they're just boring old like British 1800
Oh, are you
shit, and
thinking
it's
like
people love those books. They're all
Charlotte
classics.
Bronte?
Yeah, any of the Brontes, either of those.
Oh yeah, Wuthering
Any of
Heights.
those, yeah, fuck a Wuthering.
The thing is,
I
though, like
hated that book.
I remember I was supposed to read it for class. I didn't, but I paid attention in class when my teacher talked about it. It seemed kind of cool how it was like.
You didn't read it.
Yeah, I know, but like the discussions about it were cool. Like
That's possible.
how it's like there were these like two different houses of like and one of them like was very abusive and dark and the other one was very like light and whatever, and they had all these different like marriages of the two houses and like how each mixture of the two values of the houses like manifested in these different couples.
Sounds like you had a better English class discussion on this book than I did.
Dude, I loved paying attention in English class. I just hated fucking reading.
That's why I'm
talked
illiterate.
Yeah, I talked about some good books, man. Or I was listening to a conversation about some good books.
There were some books I really enjoyed. Like I really enjoyed the 1984 and the George Orwell. I like the dystopian future novels.
Right,
That's
right.
another series I've read extensively in, I guess I would say.
Yeah, we read A Clockwork Orange. Well, we're supposed to read A Clockwork Orange for AP English.
Didn't have to, but read that one in my spare time.
I watched the movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
That counts. Kubrick's good. Did you see that they found the that weird metal monolith out in the middle of like the Utah desert?
Oh yeah, it's like moving around, huh?
They found another one in the Ukraine or something
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I think that they figured out something with the craftsmanship and like an art group that it looks similar. Like they might have cracked it, that it's of course people, but man, for a hot second, that looks an awful lot like the start of 2001, and it looked just real weird.
Yeah.
I wanted it to mean something. I knew it didn't.
Yeah, I never really
immediately,
thought
but,
it did.
Oh, I wanted it to.
Is it some marketing thing? Do we know?
No, I think it's just like an art installation.
Oh,
People are weird.
kind of neat.
Yeah.
Glad it got
It
noticed.
needed that picture
Yeah.
in particular, I guess.
Really?
Someone's vision. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think Rogan reposted on Instagram. It was like, you better not be fucking with my feelings or something.
That guy wants to believe so bad.
Did you see the former Israeli defense minister or whatever in his recent claim that aliens are absolutely real? This guy was
Right,
like,
yes.
yeah, top security guy for Israel for years. He's like, yeah, no, aliens exist. The governments are in cahoots with them. There's a permanent base, I think, on Mars or something.
Wow.
Or the moon, one of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like 100%. Now that the sort of public zeitgeist has shifted enough that I wouldn't be thrown into a loony bin for saying it, and that I have been, clear from my position long enough for it not to be a conflict in that manner, I feel comfortable coming out and saying it. He also has a book that he just released, so it could just be a great press stunt.
Oh man, but still, such a higher up, you'd expect
You're right. You don't want him
integrity.
to because if it gets everything immediately poked in it or permanently poked in it, then didn't he just throw away all of the value behind his name for the press stunt?
Yeah, for
Like, is he trying to cash out all his chips on this book sale and then damn the consequences of his reputation? I'd rather it be real.
Yeah. Than just have him be. That's the thing is like I hear like outlandish things like that, like a claim like
schemes.
that, and I feel like it doesn't really fit into the narrative of how I understand the world to be, and I kind of tune it out because that is a crazy thing that such a higher up and such a powerful military has said, and I've read that before, and for some reason I was like, nah, that guy's probably crazy, and then just kind of moved on.
That's what they want you to think.
Right?
Well, it would be.
And I don't want
That's
to be
why
Alex Jones, but
that's why the conspiracy theory is so attractive. It would be what they, in quotes, want if they, in quotes, were an entity that wanted it to go a particular way.
Right.
Is there a grand they orchestrating it? And is there an alien contact or presence that's being kept secret from us? Probably not. If there were, that would be how it goes, though. So it's like, it's a circular argument. You can just be like, then they're really good at the cover up.
Yeah, right.
Like, the pieces all fit because either way, the pieces fit.
Yeah.
And that's why fucking people can't get to let go of it.
Right.
However, maybe that means that they're hiding something.
Yeah.
Maybe that means
plus
that
with like
there's
the Bob
something
Lazar shit.
they don't want us to know. The Bob Lazar and the Fravor and everything else. The problem is, at least with my take on this Israeli fella's testimony, he's a fella, he signed on.
Of course.
We don't have to be bigoted against him. The problem to me is that that is most likely too extreme. Like, he had me for half of it, but to go from like 0 to we've been in partnership with them for almost a century and have cooperative establishments where we live together on other like interplanet or
Right.
space bodies. Probably not.
Yeah.
The fact that we can like observe every inch of the sky at all times and like, I mean, I guess if they have that type of technology, they could transport humans there. But like, we don't have rocket ships blasting off to the Mars base.
Yeah.
Are the aliens just transporting all of these people? Is this a separate lineage of humans now? Like, there's way too much wrong with what he brings up for what it would answer or give.
Yeah.
If he just said like, yes, the aliens exist. Yes, governments have contact with them. Yes, it's a secret because we think humans can't handle it. Period. I would probably buy into his position, his stance, his story
I'd be
much
more likely to, yeah.
But he's like, yeah, they're eating babies or whatever. And,
Yeah.
oh, you're Alex Jones.
Oh, you lost me.
Israeli Jones.
Yeah.
I hope it's... I hope that that's real because that means that there's at least, if not empathy or compassion, at least a level of like understanding or sentient warmth from this other species. It means that they aren't just going to harvest the planet and kill us all.
Right.
If they're already here, that means that like the biggest risk in my eyes has already we're good. It's passed.
Yeah. Yeah, because if
they're not here to just eliminate us all.
Yeah,
good.
Otherwise they would have done so.
Now let's work forward. Like, yeah, it might be crazy. Yeah, it might be earth shocking, but I'm cool with that as long as it's not going to be extermination of the species.
Dude, what if the human race just is an experiment? What if life on Earth is some other species experiment?
Would or should that change the way that you see your life or live it?
No.
Good.
No, but like...
Then you're living right. That would shake a lot of people, especially the religious folk.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man.
Would that become a new... like...
Oh, yeah, for sure. There would be religions that sprout off that immediately. Every cartoon got that part right. In the Simpsons movie, when all the religious stuff switches and they're worshiping the dome.
The dome.
In Rick and Morty, when they're worshiping the giant heads in the sky.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's for sure what would happen. Immediately, people would latch onto that as like a source of comfort.
Yeah. Would you rather that be the case or that we live in a simulation?
Could be a simulation where there's also aliens in the simulation.
Holy cow, aliens created us in the simulation.
Or just there's also aliens in the same simulation that we're in, on the same par.
Oh, we're on the same like servers then, we're competing, but we're still like building up our civilization.
In the same way that they could be above, below, or lateral to us, if it was just aliens, no simulation, they could also exist, except zoom out, that whole universe containing both is simulation.
Right. There are rivals, I guess.
I don't know that I have much of a preference because I do still think that like the way you live and the way it feels, even if you had those answers, shouldn't change.
Right.
So
it's
like fun. It's all fun for me. That's brain playground philosophy time, not like an existential worry that I have.
I would hardcore rather us be an experiment of an alien species because then there's more to track down. You know what I mean?
There's more out there.
Like, yeah, there's like more like,
I like that. You can be an explorer
that search
again.
for life right now. We're kind of stuck at like, yeah, I guess there was some sort of self-replicating chemical that became a life form through evolution and small changes in its self-replication. And then maybe got some spark of energy. I don't know. Like, but if we know like, oh no, there was this experiment that was done this way by these people, maybe they've been able to...
How did life start for them?
Maybe they've been able to track down their beginning. And it's like...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
more so than like once you
that's
figure out you're
DLC
in
for science and existence.
Yeah, although once you figure out you're in a simulation, it's like you're kind of just stuck. You're like, all right, I guess we're still trying to figure out the rules.
Simulation equals reality in the same way that like the laws of physics are the laws of the simulation, and in every way that matters, it's indistinguishable from reality. Like I think that's the part of the simulation argument that a lot of people miss when they talk about simulation. I think this is one of the areas that Rogan misses often. I think that he has a bit of an issue kind of grasping that what that simulation theory means, and like the probability bit that we are more likely in a simulation than not.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah, either A or B, either such a simulation can be developed or such a simulation cannot. So that's case one or case two. Now in case one where it can be, then eventually over time, if you don't drive yourself to extinction, you will. In which case, eventually, all of the civilizations that would, and in all of their simulations, so would any like
Right,
species.
right,
Like,
right.
so the vast, like all but the one case is that it is a simulation.
Right, right.
And I think that that probability escapes him, as well as this part where, oh no, did I lose myself? I hope not.
No, the second part of Joe Rogan not
Well,
understanding
it was back to the first. I unfortunately explained the second and then lost my initial bit.
Okay.
But the part that I think a bunch of people can tend to miss with the simulation bit, oh yeah, is that it's not like it would necessarily break down, or if we found the final rules, then like the walls digitally fade like a Matrix scene, and
Yeah,
we're in a
yeah.
like
Right.
it's simulation in that reality from the start of what would be conceptually time in this universe or simulation
Mm-hmm.
all the way forward has been set with whatever terms or laws are constant, some of which we have discovered, some of which we are still trying to.
Right, right.
And that from there, it just played out like complex systems,
Right,
whatever.
right. Interacting.
I think a lot of people, especially with maybe less background in electrical engineering or computer science than you, might have less of an intuitive grasp of how like complex self-expanding systems like that go.
Oh, like emergent systems come out of simple
emergent
rules.
systems, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it would be. The simulation is on the grandest scheme in the basically to the scope of what we could perceive and understand to write scientific papers about. Filling all of that would be one gigantic emergent system with all of these matter and dark matter energy, dark energy forces, that four basic ones and things we don't understand, all basically interacting and playing out over billions of years to expand and contract and whatever. And that's what all of this is. But in every other way that life exists or that humans perceive it, nothing changes. Like that's the bit that I think a lot of people miss, where they're like, no, we can't be in a simulation because it's real or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No. Real in its entirety, and in basically trying to grasp infinity. Real in its conception, everything that you could possibly experience or conceive of would be explained by and contained within this simulation.
Right.
Like that is what the simulation would be. I think that is where there might be
an
like intuitive gap.
They think that their existence is cheapened by the fact that it was simulated by another existence.
That and or that it's like nested this within something or whatever the case may be, but not that that changes time or the laws of anything or the reality of existence or consciousness or emotion or like it is really negligible. It is the ultimate like cool to know if you had the stat counter that could tell you anything nifty about yourself but has no practical value.
Right.
It would be really neat to know. But in that sense, in that simulation, there would be nothing within I think, I mean, I gotta go deep into the research to find out the right answer, but I would imagine that if it is something that is contained within a simulation, then there is no machine or power or force within that simulation that has the ability to rupture or exit that. Like, if all of the ingredients are contained within, then you don't have enough energy or whatever the case would be to break out. So existence entirely would still be intra-simulation. It's not like if we found out, if Elon Musk was able to get in touch with aliens and found out, oh, it is a simulation out there. It's not like that there would be a path of technology we could work on that would rescue us from the simulation.
Get us
It's
out.
like that is what it is. Like that's so background to existence and reality that it has no bearing on
you're wrong.
life.
We got to figure out how to upload ourselves into robotic bodies in whatever computer is running our simulation, so that we can free ourselves and not be at the mercy of our technological overlords who have crafted our universe, who can turn us off at any moment.
There isn't a where for that. Like robots that you construct within the simulation.
No.
Can't escape the simulation.
We've got to
trick. It is all intra. Like
we've got to trick the guy running the simulation. We got to trick him into getting a robot close enough. Like
unless it's just a simulation and it's an emergent system on its own rules, and there's nothing to trick.
No, well, if it's whatever running our system, we gotta. It's some computer, obviously. That's what runs simulations. And if they're so smart to have computers, they probably have robots. We gotta somehow get into their We gotta find a glitch in the simulation. You know what I'm talking about? So that we have a little bit of extra.
I think whatever
ability.
that glitch is literally beyond the perception of our reality, in the sense that like a glitch in the simulation behind the curtain would not be manifest in a way that we would be able to perceive, measure, or use in our reality. Like
No, we're
there's
just
a
not
curtain, there's a
playtesting hard
curtain
enough.
there.
There
Like,
is a curtain.
in-
We just gotta see
in
it
the
peel
same
back.
way that,
Dude, that's
like,
what our Large Hadron
like,
Collider is literally
virus
looking
on
for
my-
glitches.
a
That is
virus on
literally
my
what it's
computer
doing.
can rewrite software and fuck up my system, but a virus on my computer cannot change the hardware of my computer. It can't rewrite a silicon attachment in the hardware.
Dude, you're wrong.
Like,
Quantum physics is where all the glitches are currently happening. We've seen a few. We just can't replicate or really understand how they work.
I bet more that is phenomena and laws that we don't understand than it is glitches. I bet that there is law to it, even if
No.
the law is probability.
Yeah, probabilities, aka glitchability, because that's where the holes are. If we can manipulate quantum physics, I think we can get out of the simulation just far enough to infect the Wi-Fi network that's running it.
Okay, you're Hollywooding it. I was curious when you used
And
quantum
then
physics as the explanation.
infect one of the Bluetooth robots nearby. So
Bluetooth
this
robots.
guy's like, oh, I gotta do a hard reboot. Plugs it into his computer. We hop in the body. Bam, boom, bam. We knock him out. We're Westworlding this shit.
I think you're looking at this a lot more Osmosis Jones than it is.
So I'll do it. I'll be
like
the
you're
one,
a physical entity
I'll
that can
be-
leave.
I'll be the
this.
one to do it. It's fine. I'll
I'll do it. It's
undertake
okay.
this. So I'll get in the robot. I'll beat up this.
I'll go through the black hole into the four-dimensional Matthew McConaughey
I'll
space, and
beat
I'll
up
save
this
the
fucking
world.
nerd, dude, and then all of a sudden, I need more robots, right? I'm getting more robots over here.
I'm getting more rope. Where
plugging
are
my-
you?
I'm-
Where are you in this?
I'm outside of the simulation. I'm
outside
in the real
simulation.
world.
The real world.
In the
okay.
real world. So I'm getting more robots. I'm uploading first my friends.
Are you imagining
consciousness.
Terminator? Where I want to? Where are you? What is this? What
I'm
do you
in,
see?
Oh, I'm like, okay, I'm in like a super high tech room with a computer that's running the
A
simulation
computer,
of our
like
universe.
humans build.
Well, you know, a computing device. I don't know exactly what it'll look
Okay.
like, but yeah, I guess I'm picturing kind of like.
But
What's
it
familiar
computes,
to
so it's
me.
pretty intuitive to people.
Yeah, exactly.
humans.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
I can figure it out. Well,
Crazy.
at this point, our
that's
science.
convenient.
The thing is, this is in the future, obviously, when our science is able to like actually find these glitches and like understand and manipulate them better.
These glitches.
So we'll understand how their computing works as compared to ours. So I'll be like, I'll train in that. It'll be sick.
I'll
And then-
train. There'll be a montage.
So
Just wait.
first, I'll probably only have access to like 5-10 extra robots. So I got to bring some people through with me, my like elite squad of guys.
Oh, dude, can I come?
We'll see. There's a whole audition.
You
there's
need to
a
have somebody who
tryout.
has reservations about this. Have you seen any action movie? You need to have somebody who's trying to be the voice of reason so he can be proven wrong
Right.
by your guile and bravery.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, you can
I'm
come.
in.
You can come. You can come. You're lucky I'm letting you do this. This is a big deal for humanity and our universe.
I'm honored to make the cut, sir. I
So,
won't let you
yeah.
down.
We'll
I'll
probably
bring
only have
extra snacks.
we'll have a handful of other robots to upload other people's consciousnesses into.
Oh, great. Can I bring
Yeah.
Freya too? I can't leave her alone for more than like maybe 12 hours. How long do you think this is going to take?
This is gonna take a minute. We're gonna have to
Okay.
overthrow this whole other world, essentially.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll get a dog sitter. Okay.
Yeah,
next.
exactly. And we got to protect our computer that's running our simulation because
True. If they pull the plug, then
if
we're
people find
stranded
out
and
where
everything else is fucked.
exactly, if people find out where we're getting our army from, where we're like building our numbers from, and they shut it down, like that thing has to be completely held safe. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
Bro, we might need to get the People's Republic of China involved. We might need their manpower to help us lock down this computer while we're forging ahead.
Yeah, true.
We might need to go to Xi.
Yeah.
God, I hate dealing with that dude.
I don't know if I want him on the mission though.
He definitely took more of the last time that we had dinner together.
Yeah,
He said it
true.
was an even split, but I think his plate was piled higher. I
Yeah.
fucking hate dealing with him. Well, if we have to, we'll go to Xi, but let's see how it goes so far.
Yeah. I definitely want kind of a wild card on our team.
Oh,
Like kind
Charlie.
of like a sillier guy.
Let's bring Charlie.
Yeah. We can bring Charlie. I like him.
He's a good
Uh,
wild card.
Yeah.
And in case the Nightman cometh, we'll be ready.
We're gonna need a quiet, cool guy who's like
Oh.
who's pretty epic, but like kind of a loner. And he's quick and he's stealthy.
Oh,
We need that guy.
Is that Danny? He's just a little guy.
Yeah, we'll bring Danny, friend of the pod.
He's epic and stealthy,
Yeah.
and he's just a little guy. That is maybe my favorite quote of. No, there's so many. I'm undieable. God, Danny, I love you.
Yeah. Good kid.
If you're listening to this, give me a call. Let's chat. Okay, so we've got you, me, Danny, Charlie, the wild card.
Yeah.
This is pretty A-list so far.
Yeah. Let's get
Do we need any like superheroes, like real muscle?
No, I mean our robot bodies will be pretty strong. Like that's the thing.
Are these like exoskeletons or like drones that we've got that you use the right thumbstick to control when you're holding L1?
I was picturing an exoskeleton, but we'll get whatever machine we
robots.
can. But that's gonna be our edge in this war, is that we will get all like any kind of machine, because they're so futuristic. You can upload a consciousness into. That's how like in depth the AI.
Can we
is.
remote pilot it? Can we Gundam this shit from Earth?
So we would computer?
Well, for other people, so that we have drones piloted by our friends back on Earth,
right?
And then we're the ones leading the charge with danger.
The thing is though, if we upload their consciousness and that drone goes down, that's
do they go back?
Our friend is dead.
Okay, then it doesn't really.
This is a war we're fighting, right. But it's for our freedom. Yeah. Like right now, we could take the blue pill. We could take the blue pill, stay on Earth, stay in the simulation, just keep striving, or we could take the red pill. And we could get. This is just the Matrix now, but I think this is the Matrix.
Dude, you're a visionary.
This is the Matrix. Title: This is the Matrix.
You are a visionary.
Oh my God! It was just the Matrix, but with robots as people.
So do you want to keep going down that line, or are we calling that story dead in the water?
Yeah, I don't want to keep infringing.
We could film
on
a pilot.
That's so funny. You just totally plagiarized the Matrix, dude.
I was along for the ride, man. Yeah. Like, this is a great story. I want to know what happens next.
That really hit me all at once.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Oh, yeah, it's brilliant.
It's brilliant. Well done, Steven.
Thanks, man.
That was good. Although I do think that works. I think we should do another story time real quick.
Okay.
I like you being the story master. I can keep poking and prodding and prompting, but I like stories with Steve.
Hell yeah, dude.
That could be the third podcast you start up. You could do a story about starting podcasts.
Yeah. Would this be a one man?
It sure could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just on a stool.
Right.
No props.
No props. Just me on a stool, naked.
Not even glasses, just
Not
glass.
even clothes.
Monocle. Yeah. Cut your glasses in half.
Monocle. My legs are folded because I'm a classy man.
You have to do the oh no, I blanked on the movie. What's the fuck. There's the famous leg crossover scene. Oh my God.
I know that.
I've used it as a reference before. No.
Is that Fifth Element?
Might be Fifth Element.
Yeah.
We'll call it
too sci-fi? I don't know.
No, that might be it.
Okay.
It's one. No, I saw Fifth Element. It wasn't that.
Right.
Or was it?
Whatever it was. I know the scene you're talking about.
Yeah, do that to them.
Okay.
But wearing a monocle.
Right.
Already naked.
Telling
no
stories.
upskirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the story. Let's get back to that. Aberdolf Linkler, Vampire Slayer.
You just kind of took two things and put them together. Yep. Yeah.
And that's an original IP. Disney, baby. My mom is still a Disney addict.
Yeah.
If you're ever curious for gifts to buy my mom, anything Disney
anything
at
with
all.
Friggin' Mickey Mouse on it.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Mickler.
Adolf Mickler.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's what I call Mickey, her little shit dog.
Yeah.
Man, little dogs
Adolf
suck.
Mickler?
Yeah, I have.
Wow.
I do a lot of nicknames. You know that.
Little dogs, man.
They suck. She has a bunch of Goldens, which are great dogs, and then she has that. And all it does is cower and pee.
Would you rather have a little dog or a cat, though?
Any dog less than 30 pounds is a cat.
But which one, if you had to choose?
Fuck, bro. It's such a roll of the dice on both.
Yeah.
And like the odds are in the house's favor. It's like a 30-70. Like I've met some little dogs and I've met some cats that are both sick, but more often than not, I dislike them both. I guess I go no pet if those are the two options.
No, you have to pick one.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, but this is how it must be.
Okay, then a dog, because a cat's more likely to rip up my shit.
Interesting.
I can train a dog better than I can train a cat.
I think if size is comparable, I just think cats are so much cooler to like watch move around.
I mean, yeah, they're more interesting to look at in that regard, but
Definitely.
I think a dog is a better companion and definitely the easier of them.
Yeah.
Not in terms of
you think dogs are easier?
Not in terms of work you put in, but in terms of cohabitation. Like you are less likely to have accidents if you put in the requisite work. You are less likely to have chewed up shit. or clawed up shit.
You think so?
Yeah, I've never we've had several cats over my life, dad and mom, and we've never had a cat that didn't fuck up furniture.
Wow.
We have had dogs that did and dogs that didn't, but that's pretty directly tied to training. Like, especially if you get a dog from puppy, which I realize is not always what everyone does or can do, and rescuing dogs is super good and important.
Right.
Just harder to do this. Especially if you get a dog from puppy, it is entirely on you. Like, you hold the blame if they don't get potty trained or whatever. It was
Right,
something you
right.
did. Yeah, 100%. Dogs you can absolutely, from scratch, definitely train. Obviously,
Dogs are more upfront work, but the work actually goes somewhere.
yeah, exactly. Like,
whereas a cat
I've
kind
never
of has
lost a
its
wire to
personality.
Freya. She's never chewed. I've never lost any wire or cord or sock or shoe or anything.
Right.
She doesn't chew.
Right.
My mom's dog, I babysat for a day. Look at the coffee table leg right there.
Ho Toledo, yeah.
Yep. Chews on stuff.
Right.
Nothing against my mom, but she is a little bit less attentive in the training.
Well, she also just has a billion dogs at a time.
And she had a full-time job when she got said dog. I was a college student when I got Fruipy.
Oh, it took a village.
Yeah, well, it helped. You're a good girl, Froops. So yeah, dog over cat.
Yeah. Yeah, even at the same size, maybe I agree.
It's just easier.
It's not easier.
It's easier on your life.
Yeah, yeah. There's just more of a...
But again, I build systems. Like,
yeah,
you train the dog, you build these routines, you build the habits, and you build the commands, and like, yeah, more oversight. But I would say, to me, it is easier to put in work than to deal with the consequences of having not put in work.
I feel like you can also just be a little rougher with a dog, even if it is small, than you can be with a cat.
Yeah, like playing around or whatever.
Yeah.
Cat's just going to bite you if you're like tussling.
Yeah, exactly. It's more likely to get annoyed. All
But
right, yeah,
kick a dog and they love it.
I might be a small
Don't kick
dog
dogs.
over cat guy.
What about medium dog versus cat?
Oh, medium dog, probably.
So why ever consider a cat?
But right now in my life, well, just because cats are lower effort over time, I think.
And again, you might hit that 30% or whatever it is, or if you get one from a kitten and do what you can to train it,
Yeah.
you could nail it. Like, I've met cats that are super dope.
And friendly, yeah.
Only do the litter box, super friendly.
Right.
Don't claw, don't scratch.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it can happen. I just, personally, I don't know the path to success with a cat to do that.
Like you do with a dog.
Exactly.
Okay.
My comfort is doggos.
Right.
But get a cat, let me know.
Okay.
Make a video series like dealing with cats from
Dude,
someone who doesn't.
There was one Smash YouTuber I watched called Little Z, and one of his videos was he was playing just like Incineroar on line or whatever.
It's basically a cat on fire.
And he was just like, every time I lose a match, I'll adopt a new cat. And he ends up adopting like 4 cats in a day, just going back to the shelter and adopt like 4 cats.
That's wild commitment to a bit.
I know, seriously. And that's not even like his main or anything.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
I mean, he's like gotten to elite with like every character.
Does he just want to have cats and was like, this will be a fun way to make money and get cats?
To get 3 or 4 cats at a time.
Did he return them in bulk after?
Not that I'm aware of.
Like a 3-pack?
I think they were all meant to be permanent members of his household.
Aww. What good boys and girls.
Yeah.
All animals are good boys and girls, except those that aren't. And that's a fact.
Which ones are those? Any specifics you want to shout out?
Like that really big Nile crocodile that killed hundreds of people. He can kind of fuck off.
It's pretty cool to me. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I'm at least impressed.
I just couldn't get the roll down.
Yeah.
I clamped on just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a couple that just like, you kind of suck. Like particular big cats that have plagued some villages where they're like, you learned how to hunt people and you kind of suck now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck those animals. I don't really fuck with them. I want to be able to go places.
I'm as team human as the next guy, but I'm like...
Well, look, I want reasonable precaution to be adequate were I to go somewhere. That's my bar. Like, I don't want to nerf the world. I think that wild animals should be where they be, dangerous or not. But if it becomes like a deliberate, repeated thing, nah, fuck that cat.
Yeah.
Like, if I can't
Oh,
walk
yeah, of
down the roads
course.
in my village because this cat returns to hunt there,
yeah.
fuck that cat.
Yeah, that cat's
If I'm
gotta
wandering
go.
through the
But
jungle in
not
jaguar territory and I get taken down, yeah, that cat's just chilling. But,
yeah.
like, yeah, the ones that become deliberate man-eaters, like, no, fuck those animals, generally is how I feel.
Yeah, team human all the way.
Yeah. I'd like to be able to, like, visit or volunteer or trek or hike in the places where we have established those borders between us and nature,
Mhm.
with some of that being respected. Like, you wanna come over here and fuck us up, then we are equally validated in fucking you up, is, I
Oh,
guess, how I feel.
yeah. The only kind
There's a
of
bit of human superiority. Like, you're gonna bite us? Well, we've got guns.
right. Yeah. It's always interesting to hear when, like, I don't know, whole large, like, groups of animals become a problem for, like in Australia, they had the emu wars
Oh, I love that.
because there was such a
Huge
cra
failure. Huge
Oh,
military
yeah,
failure.
they lost against the emus.
I think they spent an average of, like, 17,000 rounds per confirmed emu kill.
Damn.
Like, it makes you wonder.
They should have gone out with fucking swords, dude. It would have been so much
It's all
easier.
target. It's all neck.
Dude, yeah, it's so much harder to hit like a straight line with a bullet. Oh my god.
They needed glaives.
Oh my god.
They needed glaive launchers.
Dude, no, they gotta
Circular
write in
saws.
there. They gotta write in there like the who's Khal Drogo's people?
Oh, the Dothraki.
The Dothraki. Yeah, they gotta ride in with horses.
As I
and
bragged about my Game of Thrones trivia.
Yeah. They gotta like ride in on horseback through these
Sickle.
herds. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, really like,
Harvest.
cleave them. Yeah, that's how you beat emus, man. That's how you.
That's
do
how
it.
you. We need to go take this knowledge to the Australian government.
Oh,
We're about to
that-
get knighted.
That war is long lost.
The whole task force, I think, was. I've read this. I've actually read through that Wikipedia several times.
Mhm.
It, I think, was only like 4 soldiers, and they had like 2 jeeps, and at one point there might have been a helicopter involved, but they had like whatever 2 X-size submachine guns, 2 whatever size
Damn.
machine guns, X number of rifles, X number of automatic rifles, and like hundreds of thousands of rounds of ammunition.
Yeah.
And they declared it a massive failure after like 10 or 11 days, in which they were shooting at flocks of upwards of 10,000 and getting like 200 kills of that.
Right. It's just like,
Like,
the war
they
on
just
drugs,
didn't-
dude.
They couldn't.
It's just like the war on drugs. Once you make emus illegal, they just become more popular.
Then all the emus get to emuing, and
Yeah.
it becomes a fucking problem in our neighborhoods.
Dude, do you think it's a bit of a red flag that a lot of our podcast episodes have at least talked about killing animals?
God, I
Is that-
hope not.
Is that
It all
bad?
seems to me, at least in the
Are these
moment, like it's in,
hypothetical animal fights. Like
it seems to me like it's an extreme satire every
Right,
time.
Yeah, of course.
We should make it clear that, like, I don't know about you, but I've grown up with dozens of animals of at least probably about a dozen or so different species, and like tons of rescue animals, tons of raising animals, tons of like saving and vetting animals.
Yeah, animal abuse
I
is
helped
bad, people.
do surgery on our horse when the vet came out.
Right.
Like, I'm an extremely pro-animal person. That doesn't make Broadsword versus Ostrich any less funny to imagine.
Right, of course.
Like, that's funny to imagine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we could do Deadliest Warrior and Animal Wars with a crossover episode, it'd be great. Spartan versus giraffe, ninja versus hippopotamus. Can we make this show happen?
Oh my god, emu versus Australian government.
And then the team battles, Spetsnaz versus Hyena Pack.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh god.
They did like Halloween ones, right? We could do like vampires versus vampire bats.
Dude, well, another one was this town in like northern Canada that has this polar bear problem because they're up there where it's fucking cold, and so everyone there.
Klondike realm.
Yeah, exactly. Like the bear on the bar. This
Oh.
good little memory trick. But so yeah, everyone there just keeps their homes and their cars unlocked at all times so that if you see a polar bear, you can just like get in the nearest place.
The nearest anything
Yeah.
that anyone owns.
Right.
Is this like a town of 30, 100, 5,000?
I believe it's a relatively low populated area. I mean, it's like Alaska
I mean, that still
hemisphere.
could range in any of those numbers, and I'm super curious because
Yeah.
like I feel like that works in a community of up to a couple hundred.
Right.
But at a point it doesn't. Once you
Yeah.
know almost everyone in your town,
It's too fucking cold to do crime, dude.
you're right. It literally wouldn't work. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's not sustainable.
Living a high risk life up there is not doable. Like, you need to be pretty secure in the shit you're doing to like survive
like
those conditions.
That's an interdependent area for most
You're
people.
taking on so much risk by just living there.
You need to rely on your other humans.
Right, on your fellow man.
When nature's ready to off you.
That's where conservatism works.
Yeah.
You know? That's why like Alaska is like, yeah, don't fucking talk to me. It's not gonna work out here. Trying to make this long distance relationship happen between Alaska and the federal government. It's just not gonna happen. So like, let's keep it casual.
We're gonna hunt the wolves.
Yeah, let's keep it casual. You don't take too much of our shit. We'll not bother you. We'll give you some oil. It'll be great.
Wow, you just summed up most of the politics with our 49th state.
Yeah, I can't get mad at Alaska.
I get it.
Yeah.
Alaska.
You do
join the fellas.
Yeah. Do what you're doing.
Then we
Keep
won't
it
be
up.
bigoted.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
That was a good one. See you next time in Alaska on
A Couple of Fellas.